We see your pain, we know the weight of waking up and realizing before you have even moved that the burning is still there, that it did not resolve overnight, and that today will be another day of negotiating with your own body. Pain is not only a sensation, it is an alarm that takes your sleep, narrows your thinking, and quietly rearranges who you are. So when someone in that state is told to wait 4, 6, or 8 weeks for an appointment, that is not an administrative inconvenience. Biologically, it is a clock running. Our practice is built on a simple claim. Pain is an active biological signal, and it demands intelligent intervention early. We hold same-day and emergency visits open because in pain medicine, time is not a comfort variable. It is a clinical one. Here is what the waiting actually does. Severe pain drives relentless activation of your sympathetic nervous system and your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. Your body floods itself with cortisol. In short bursts, that is exactly what you want. It is how you survive a genuine threat. Sustained for weeks, it stops being protective. And one of the first things it takes is your deep sleep. That matters far more than it sounds. Researchers at the University of Washington did something clever and uncomfortable. They took 12 healthy women with no muscle pain at all, and for 3 consecutive nights, they selectively deprived them of deep, slow-wave sleep. Every time the deep sleep brainwaves appeared, a tone interrupted them. 3 nights, that was enough. Those healthy women developed musculoskeletal pain, and their pain thresholds dropped measurably. So losing deep sleep does not merely accompany pain, it manufactures it, which means that by week 3 of waiting, we are no longer treating only your original problem. We are treating your original problem plus everything the sleeplessness has added on top of it. The same cortisol surge goes after your physical structure. Elevated glucocorticoids inhibit muscle protein synthesis and accelerate protein breakdown. This is well-characterized cell biology, not speculation. Combine that with the immobility that severe pain enforces, and muscle mass and functional strength fall away. This is the part patients apologize for, and they should not. When you tell me you have got weaker, you are not being defeatist. You are reporting a measurable physiological change. Then there is the brain. Neuroimaging work by Apkarian and colleagues in the Journal of Neuroscience compared people living with chronic back pain to matched controls. The patients had 5 to 11% less neocortical gray matter than the people they were matched against. The authors put that in a way that has stayed with me for 20 years. That difference, they wrote, is equivalent to the gray matter lost in 10 to 20 years of normal aging. And it tracked with duration. The longer the pain had been running, the greater the loss on the order of 1.3 cubic centimeters of gray matter for every year of chronic pain, concentrated in the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex and the thalamus. So when you tell me you cannot hold a thought, that you walk into rooms and forget why, that decisions you used to make easily now exhaust you, that is not a character failure, and it is not you imagining things. That is a nervous system carrying a load it was never designed to carry indefinitely. When someone is left for weeks without a structural answer, medication often becomes the only thing standing between them and getting through the day. I want to be careful here because this is where the conversation usually goes wrong. Researchers at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention analyzed millions of prescription records to ask a narrow question. Once someone starts opioids, what predicts still being on them a year later? The answer was duration. The probability climbed with each additional day of therapy, with the sharpest increases after the 5th day, and again after the 31st. That is not an argument for leaving pain untreated. It is an argument for answering it structurally and early, so that medication, if it is used at all, is a bridge to something rather than the destination. There is an economic dimension, and it is larger than most people realize. Gaskin and Richard in the Journal of Pain estimated the total annual cost of pain in the United States at $560 to $635 billion, with lost productivity alone accounting for up to $335 billion. To put that in proportion, by their calculation, pain costs this country more each year than heart disease, more than cancer, and more than diabetes. And the authors called their own estimate conservative. That number is not there to frighten anyone. It is there because it tells you something true. The cost of waiting is not hypothetical, and it is not small. Let me give the other side its strongest form, because it deserves one. From a health system perspective, waiting lists are not malice. They are triage under scarcity. Multi-week delays and authorization steps let institutions manage volume, control overhead, and let genuinely self-limiting problems resolve on their own, which many do. I understand that logic. I simply do not accept it for the patient in front of me who is not self-limiting and who is losing sleep, muscle, and cognitive clarity while the queue advances. The longer someone stays out of work and out of function, the harder the return becomes. That is well recognized in occupational medicine. It is one of the reasons we treat time as a clinical variable rather than an administrative one. One thing before you call, and this matters more than anything else I have said. Some pain is a true emergency, and it belongs in an emergency room, not here. Chest pain, stroke symptoms, new loss of bladder or bowel control, numbness in the groin, or rapidly worsening leg weakness. Fever together with severe spine pain, pain after a serious fall or collision. Any of those, call 911 or go to the nearest emergency department. Those need emergency, imaging, and stabilization, and we are an interventional pain practice, not an emergency room. Everything else in this video is about the far more common situation, pain that is severe and urgent to you, but not immediately dangerous. For that situation, we hold same-day and emergency appointments open at our Woodson Road office next to the St. Louis airport. No referral needed, and you do not need to be an existing patient. The goal is specific. Identify the actual neuromuscular source of the signal, treat it precisely, and get you back to function. When a procedure is indicated, we can often perform it the same day our procedure suite and imaging are on site. What we do not do is add you to a list and hope. You do not have to wait weeks while your sleep, your strength, and your clarity are quietly taken from you. If you are in that place right now, call us at 314-481-5000 or text 314-886-5902. Tell us what is happening, let us find the signal, and let us start giving you back the parts of your life that pain has been borrowing.